in the previous class, previous lecture, previous video, we have studied the classification of solids as per their conductivity or resistivity as conductors, insulators and semiconductor, and also depends upon the energy band theory. We have classified the solids as conductors, insulators and semiconductors. According to the energy band theory, conductors, in the conductors, valence band and the conduction band overlaps each other. In the insulators, valence band and the conduction band, the gap between them is more than 3 electron volt. That is, electron volt is nothing but the energy measurement. And in the semiconductors, the gap between conduction band and valence band is less than 3 electron volt. We shall see, today we shall see the classification of semiconductors. We will see the classification of semiconductors. So semiconductors can be classified into intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. Those are intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. So these are the main classification of the semiconductor. One is intrinsic semiconductor and another one is extrinsic semiconductor. So we shall see what do you mean by intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor in detail. So first we will see what do you mean by intrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductors are semiconductors are in pure form. If you take any semiconductor in its pure form, then those semiconductors are called as intrinsic semiconductor. For example, if you take pure germanium crystal or pure the silicon crystal, those are nothing but the intrinsic semiconductor. So remember, semiconductor in its pure form becomes intrinsic semiconductor. Semiconductors in the pure form. I will write here pure form, pure semiconductor. So we shall see here how, if it is a pure semiconductor, how can it conduct and how the conduction is taking place and how it becomes conductor and insulator. If you take an example of germanium, crystal, germanium is tetravalent electron. Tetravalent electron means, tetravalent substance means it has 4 electrons in the valence band. 4 electrons in the valence band. If you take the crystal of germanium, this is the germanium atom, and this is another germanium atom, and this is another germanium atom, and here side by germanium atom or neighboring germanium atom, if you consider the crystal, something looks like this. So crystal something look like this, and each of these germanium atoms has 4 electrons in its outermost orbit. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And here also 4 electrons in the outermost orbit. Valence electrons we can see. Now these 4 electrons share their valency with the neighboring electrons and create a bond. This is what the valence bond is. So they create a valence bond with the neighboring atom. So here I can say this germanium atom has 4 electrons, and these 4 electrons share with the neighboring 4 atoms and created a valence band. So at 0 Kelvin, no conduction electrons are there, no conduction electron present in this germanium crystal, or you can say that the intrinsic semiconductors are the insulators at 0 Kelvin. So note this point. These are insulators. These are behaves like the insulators at 0 Kelvin. At 0 Kelvin. So at 0 Kelvin, there are no free electrons in this crystal. Hence, there are no charge carrying electrons. Hence, this becomes an insulator. Now further, if this crystal is exposed to room temperature, let us assume that some of the electrons absorbs the heat energy which is present in the room temperature heat energy it absorbs, and the temperature, or you can say energy of that electron becomes more than the valence band. Valence band ಗಿಂತ energy ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತದೆ. Hence that electron jumps from valence band to conduction band. So at 0 degrees, at 0 Kelvin, there is no free electron. Hence this crystal behaves like the insulator. There are no free electrons to carry the charge. Hence this becomes the insulators. When this germanium crystal is exposed to room temperature, one of the electron, let us see, this electron absorbs the room temperature's energy and escape from the germanium crystal, or you can say valence band, and this electron becomes free electron which is ready to carry the energy. So this electron becomes first charge carrier for the germanium crystal. So what I want to tell here is, at 0 Kelvin, germanium crystal behaves like the insulator. As temperature goes on increasing, at particular temperature, this pure germanium crystal becomes the conductor. But its conductivity is very poor. These are poor conductors. Its conductivity is very poor, and hence these are poor conductors. Then furthermore, you can see here how many electrons are coming from valence band. That much, those much numbers have created a vacancy here. So number of vacancy is equals to number of electrons. Let us see what are those vacancies first. Vacancy ಏನಂತ. So once the electrons come out from the valence band, a vacancy is created. Vacancy means what? There must be an electron present in that valence band, but now that electron escaped from the valence band. That vacancy is called the hole. This vacancy is called as hole. So hole is the absence of electron. Hence these holes are positively charged. These holes are nothing but the positively charged, because initially these holes carry an electron which is negatively charged. So now electron is not there, vacancy is there, vacancy for electron is there. Hence that vacancy is called as hole. So vacancy of electron, or you can say vacancy for electron, is called the hole, right? So hence hole is positively charged. Now as absorbing the heat energy, as the temperature go on increasing, valence electron absorbs the heat energy and they are producing the holes. Now here I can say that number of holes is equal to number of electrons. NH is equals to Ne. NH indicates the number of holes, Ne indicates the number of electrons. Yes, electrons energy bond bit ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾವ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಅಷ್ಟ number of holes create ಆಗ್ತಾವ. Hence I can say that number of holes is equals to number of electrons. And current carried by this kind of semiconductor is equals to not only by electrons. Here not only the electron are moving, but the holes are also moving. How? I'll tell it. I'll explain it in the further forthcoming classes. If the electron is moving, I can say that electricity is carried by only electrons, but here not happening so. Here holes are also moving along with the electrons. Hence I can say current carrying, total current carrying is equals to current carried by electron plus current carried by holes. Current carried by holes. And intrinsic carrier of such kind of the semiconductors can be given as intrinsic carrier is equals to number of holes is equals to number of electrons. So these are the intrinsic carrier. So let us recall what we have explained so far. Once again I will recall it. So intrinsic semiconductors are pure semiconductors. Semiconductors in its pure form are called as intrinsic semiconductor. First point is this much. And these semiconductors, these intrinsic semiconductors behaves like insulators as zero temperature, at 0 Kelvin temperature, or you can say at absolute 0. So at absolute 0 Kelvin, this behaves like the insulators. As the temperature go on increasing, some of the electrons absorbs the thermal energy and they become free from valence band. While getting free from valence band, they create a vacancy there, N in the valence band. Those vacancies in the valence band are called as holes. And these holes have positively charged because electrons are the negatively charged, and here during the conduction of electricity, both electrons as well as the holes moves, so that total current carried by these kind of semiconductors can be given by current carried by electrons plus current carried by the holes. And here number of holes is equals to number of electrons, and intrinsic semiconductor intrinsic charge carrier is equals to Ni is equals to Ne is equals to Nh, means number of holes equals to number of electrons. So this is regarding the intrinsic semiconductor. If you take the energy band, I'll rub this, hope you have noted down. Energy band, if this is the conductor band, that is EC, and if this is the valence band, energy of the valence band, and this is the energy gap and energy. At 0 Kelvin, I can say at 0 Kelvin, all the electrons are present in the valence band. Furthermore, if we show at a room temperature, this is what the conduction band and this is what the valence band, and this is the energy gap. At room temperature, some of the electrons moves to the conduction band and left over here. So this is what we have studied here. So this is regarding intrinsic semiconductor. So next classification is extrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductor, let me recall, intrinsic semiconductor are the pure semiconductors. Extrinsic semiconductors, it is improved type of the intrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic semiconductor ಏನೈತ್ರಿ poor conductivity ಇತ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ extrinsic semiconductivity ಒಳಗೆ conductivity increase ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. How we have increased the conductivity means by adding some impurities. So extrinsic semiconductors are the semiconductors we can obtain these kind of semiconductors by adding certain impurities to the intrinsic semiconductor. If you take an intrinsic semiconductor, during its crystallization, means during its solidification, if we add any impurities to semiconductor, then that kind of semiconductor becomes extrinsic semiconductor. Depends upon the need, we have to add the impurity. Hence, these are impure semiconductors. These are the impure semiconductors. So eccentric semiconductors are improved intrinsic semiconductors, we can obtain these kind of semiconductors by adding certain kind of impurity. And impurity added depends upon the need. If you want more number of electrons, we have to add certain impurities, and if you want more number of holes, then we have to add certain other kind of impurities. So here extrinsic semiconductors, its conductivity is very good compared to the intrinsic semiconductors, because by adding the impurity we can increase the number of electrons. How means, if you take an example of germanium or silicon, germanium and silicon are the tetravalent atoms. Tetravalent means 4 electrons are present in the outermost shell. If you add any impurity which has pentavalent atom. Pentavalent atom means what? There are 5 electrons present in the outermost orbit. Means out of 5, 4 electrons get engaged to form the valence bond, and 1 electron is left as it is. That 1 electron left as it is number of electrons, or you can say number of conduction electrons present in that impure semiconductor. So by this one we can improve, or we can increase the number of electrons, or we can increase the number of holes by adding the impurity. So this adding the impurity, this addition of impurity, a certain kind of process is there, that is called as the doping. Doping means, doping is a process of addition of required impurity to the pure semiconductor. So doping andre ಏನ್ರಿ? Doping means it is the process of addition of impurity, or you can say required impurity, to the pure semiconductor. That is called doping. What? Adding required impurity to pure semiconductor. This process is called the doping. Doping may be, in the doping excess electrons may be formed or excess holes may be formed, depends upon the what impurity you have added. And added impurity is called dopant. What impurity you have added, that impurity is called the dopant. If you take the silicon pure semiconductor, if you add to the silicon semiconductor, if you add a certain amount of aluminum, then aluminum is the impurity, and that aluminum is called the dopant. So dopant is an impurity which is added to the pure semiconductor. So dopant is the material, or you can say atom, which is added to pure semiconductor. So this is regarding the extrinsic semiconductor. So extrinsic semiconductor, I will repeat, extrinsic semiconductor are the impure semiconductor, or you can say improved kind of intrinsic semiconductor, which is obtained by adding the impurity. Impurity added, or you can say process of adding of impurity, is called the doping process. And what is the impurity added? That is called as a dopant. And here what you have to remember here is, number of holes are never equal to number of electrons. Number of holes are never equal to number of electrons because of presence of dopant. And here extrinsic charge carrier, or you can say intrinsic carrier, can be given as, that is, Ni square is equals to Ne multiplied by Nh, where Ne number of electrons and Nh number of holes. So this is regarding the extrinsic semiconductor. And extrinsic semiconductors further classified into p-type semiconductors and n-type semiconductor. We shall see that in the forthcoming classes. So this is regarding the extrinsic semiconductor. So we have saw semiconductors classified into intrinsic semiconductors and extrinsic semiconductor. So let us list out what are the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductors. So let us just list out the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductor. So let us see the difference between extrinsic and intrinsic semiconductors. So these are the main highlights or main points, let us say key points of the differences. Here intrinsic semiconductor and extrinsic semiconductor. So first point is, we can say intrinsic semiconductors are pure semiconductors, where extrinsic semiconductors are impure semiconductors. So we have saw that extrinsic semiconductors are obtained by adding some impurity. So that's what first difference is. And second difference is intrinsic semiconductors are poor conductors. Intrinsic semiconductor poor conductors. You can say conductivity is very less. Intrinsic semiconductors have conductivity very less, whereas the extrinsic semiconductors conductivity is more higher because certain kind of impurities. And you can see here in the intrinsic semiconductor, number of holes is equals to number of electrons. That is what we have written here. Number of electrons is equals to number of holes. But here depends upon the dopant. Number of electrons is not at all equal to number of holes. And conductivity in the intrinsic semiconductor, conductivity mainly depends upon the temperature, external temperature you can say. And here in the extrinsic semiconductors, the conductivity depends upon temperature as well as the dopant which have impurity we have added. So these are the certain differences between intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductors. So I will stop here. In the next class we shall see what are the p-type semiconductors and n-type semiconductors, what are their uses and all those things we will study. Let's stop here and thank you.